What you're looking for is compliance. So what I believe, and they've been floating this, you heard there, either contempt proceedings, impeachment proceedings, but something to bring teeth to the notion that what we said to do in the law, which, by the way, it passed in the House less one vote, right? I mean, there was only one person that didn't vote for it, and unanimous in the Senate. So this is something that the public is screaming for.
Yeah, I want to talk about the 15 or so files that were taken down a day after they were posted, which included a photograph of President Trump, Melania, Epstein, and Ghislaine Maxwell. Here's what the DOJ said the reasoning was for pulling down those images. It says, out of an abundance of caution, the Department of Justice temporarily removed the image for further review. After the review, it was determined there was no evidence that any Epstein victims were depicted in the photograph, and it has been reposted without any alteration or redaction. I mean, when you look at this sort of push and pull, it's like they put it out, they take it back, they put it out. What does this tell you about the process they are using to deal with an enormous amount, to be fair, an enormous amount of files and documents?
Yeah, I think there's a concern amongst the public about whether there is a cover-up or whether this is being done in good faith, whether you have Clinton's name mentioned so many times. It's not about politics and who should be mentioned, who shouldn't. It's about complete accountability. The law speaks to who are the government officials and others who were named and who were not. And when you look at this, Sarah, I think it's important very briefly to look at the timeline. Everyone's Clinton, Clinton, Clinton. The reality is that Epstein, the public investigation, began in 2005, right? Clinton served 92 to 2000, and then you look at him actually being accountable in Florida, if you could call it accountability, in 2009. Some believe that he escaped justice in a very significant way, and then, of course, 2019 is ultimately when he was indicted, died a year later. And so I think that if you're going to release it, for law's sake, release it so there are not conspiracy theories. And if you're going to redact it, of course you want to redact sensitive victim information. Of course, classified should not be there. It says it in the law itself. But everything else, really, if it's not child pornography, etc., should just be given to the public and let the people decide. And when it comes out in a disjointed way, when it looks like you're preserving and protecting people, I think those are when conspiracy theories abound, and perhaps they should.
Yeah, there were a lot of talk about, you know, the pictures of Clinton, Bill Clinton, and then you had this one picture that showed Trump, which, by the way, people had seen before, that was taken out. It does ramp up those folks that believe the conspiracy or cover-up is happening, and we will see what happens going forward. There are many, many more files that still must be released, and I know we'll have you back. Joey Jackson.
Looking forward.